Welcome back to Gear for the Common Game. Today we're going to be talking about Balan. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, he's the equip cat. Like most cats, he does something cool with equipment. Grabs them all. Grabs all your equipment for 2 mana, and he gets double strike if he's got 2 or more on him. So naturally, I kind of leaned into the equipment theme and kind of used that when I chose my other creatures. But as with most equipment cat decks, sword of something and something, none of those are present here because I build with what I've got, and I don't have infinite cards. Anyway, let's start with the equipment. Well, no, let's start with the creatures. As you would think, we have to have other. I didn't really stick to the cat tribe, as it were, but a lot of the cats actually do stuff with equipment. So I did kind of lean a little bit there with Kimba and Raksha. Um, these are more or less if your one-shot Balan Voltron thing gets ruined, if you will. But, I mean, it gets an equipment from the yard back. The Legion. This is actually, the Miracle Worker doesn't really have a lot to do with the theme of the deck other than it's a dude, it can hold equipment, but it's also kind of quasi-removal. So all of those pacifism type effects, yeah, not a lot of people play with pacifism, but that style. So, Sarah Ascendant tends to be a decent one drop and an equipment holder. And I'm even using Savannah Lines just because, Ornithopter is, cheap holders of equipment. Core Duelist, Double Strike, Sun Chaser. It's more of a equipment theme than a cat theme. I use cats in the other one. I like the Archangel here because, we're just about going to have Metalcraft. Edge right. White Knight, I mean, removal on a creature. It's also cool. Ramp on a creature. And then double protection is those two specific colors are hard to get around. They are, 40% of the colors in the game, I guess. Um, Blinding Angel is just not fair, and we love her. She's great with a unblockable thing. By the way, speaking of unblockable, y'all know the Rogue's Passage is in there. Suntail Hawk, and I can't tell you how many games way back in Type 2, back when it was called Type 2, when this guy was there. Man, totally good. Let's look at this. Don't have a whole lot of removal, as it were. Humble, Mass Calcify. You got to have Mass Calcify them on a wide deck. I mean, if I've got one, it's going to be in there. And then other randomness, Holy Day, Brave the Elements. Both Holy Day and Brave the Elements operate similar to, no, you're not killing me now, I kill you on the backswing. That's typically how those work. Armored Ascension on General equals GG. Argivian Find gets an artifact back. Steel Shaper's Gift is tutor it. And the Frantic Salvage. Now for the equipment. Now this is a part where it just, not sure. As I get more equipment, I will probably upgrade this. First, the Masterwork of Ingenuity is just amazing. Just copies and equipment. Gorgon Flail is going to give it Death Touch. Yeah, +1, whatever. But Death Touch is pretty cool. Because especially if you can double the Death Touch with the Trample. Hammer of Ruin. Lightning greaves. You got to be careful with your lightning greaves though, because a shroud keeps you from equipping. So it's generally one of the last equipment you throw on. I mean, um, if they cannot kill your creature in response to the boots being equipped, then they're going to have a bad time. Strata Scythe, because, you know, hey, it's an equipment version of the Armored Ascension. Fire Shrieker, Double Strike. There's our trample. The Q Spike is pretty good, especially with the Rogue's Passage, you know. And a Chroma Sword is just, I'm so glad we have that. Whisper Silk also gets you in there. Imperial Plate. Kitesail's going to make it flying. Like the Heirloom Blade, that's pretty neat. Requires you to have some degree of cats in there, which we do. Armor, man, this is the cheats right here. If you could just use Balan's ability to spend 2 mana to equip this, but it's equip everything. So if this is on the board, you're getting all kinds of value. Also note that I believe, you attack with Balan, and if they block, if they don't block, you can do that in response, because it is just in response. I'm going to grab all my equipment and become, you know, amazing. Darksteel Plate, of course, is going to keep him alive. The Grappling Hook gets rid of those problems. This is removal. This is just, there's no other way to do it. This is removal. It's going to get rid of problem creatures, especially problem creatures that don't participate in combat. The Bone Splitter and the improved Bone Splitter. Basilisk Collar, that crazy Death Touch thing again. Lifelink's not bad either. The Boneforged Battle Axe and the Hero's Blade. That is what I have got for Balan. That was pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty much dudes and swords, but that's apparently what we're supposed to do with Balan. Anyway, that's what I've got. I do appreciate you watching. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm sure I missed quite a bit, but thank you for watching. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.